we have an absolutely insane start against Hallowed Fountain. No, this thing shifted. Wow, I just got scammed. I actually just got scammed. Hello everyone. I just finished climbing up to Mythic number 24 with a score of 18 wins and 6 losses in Diamond to Mythic. So combined with my Platinum to Diamond score in day 1, which was 13 and 2, I guess I had a record of, let's see, 31 and 8 losses. Majority of the decks that I've faced or either decks with Dragon Rage Channeler and Control decks. According to my tracker, I went 6 and 2 against Jeskai Control / Opus, and 1-0 against 5 Clarendon Visit, and 3-0 against Azorius Control. And yeah, I just crushed most of the control decks that I face up against. This video is not going to be a full sideboard guide because the video is going to be incredibly long, so I'm just going to go over the sideboard strategy against control decks and my thoughts behind my sideboard going into those matchups. And then I'll show you games against control deck that I've faced in my climb to Mythic. Alright, so there are two kinds of control decks right now. And that is Jeskai Control and Azorius Control. That is more along the line traditional control list with things like Narset, Shark Typhoon with many counter spells and board wipes. Then there is the other control deck that has to do with Magma Opus with things like Mythic's Mastery and Torrential Gearhulk. First, I'll go over the traditional control list. What you want to bring are 2 Paladin classes, because if you happen to go Paladin class on turn 1, it secures your 2-drop, which could be either Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. And speaking of Thalia, you also want to bring an extra copy of it from the sideboard to the main board. It is so important to have that on board against control decks so that you can delay their inevitable board wipe. Then you want to bring 2 copies of Outland Liberator. And that is because control decks like to bring things like Portable Hole or Baffling End. The reason why this card is also amazing against control decks is because control decks don't want to cast spells on their main phase. So if they skip their turn using the night and day mechanic, the card flips because since they didn't play any cards on their turn, the Nightbound mechanic automatically activates, making this into a 2-mana 3/3 that destroys enchantment or artifacts on attack. Pretty sweet, right? And lastly, you want to bring 2 copies of Vivian. The reason why this Vivian exists in the sideboard is purely for control matchups, so that you can flash in creatures on their turn, so that if they tap out on their turn, say you play something, they counter it, then they tap out, then you can safely play cards on your turn. And not only that, it also generates values over time using its minus ability. As for the cards that you want to take out for these cards, you want to take out 2 copies of Catilda, 2 copies of Skyclave Apparition, and 2 copies of Augur of Autumn. Augur of Autumn can generate value over time, but the Coven requires you to have 2 other creatures with different power on board, which might not happen most of the times against control decks, so you want to take these 2 cards out. It can still remove lands off the top, which is nice, so we keep a single copy in there. Then you got the Magma Opus list. For the same reason as traditional control list, you want to bring 2 copies of Paladin class, 1 copy of Guardian of Thraben, 2 copies of Outland Liberator, but this time around, instead of Vivian, you want 2 copies of Rest in Peace in there. Their graveyard is one of their biggest resources in generating values and removing your threats, so we want to cut one of their biggest source of value. And as for what to take out, again, you want to take out 2 copies of Catilda, 2 copies of Skyclave Apparition, and 2 copies of Augur of Autumn. But instead of taking a giant killer like last time, you want to take out a copy of Threaten Inspector. Not because Threaten Inspector is a bad card against a control deck, but because Giant Killer might come in handy against killing Torrential Gearhulk. And that's all for Sideboard. With some luck and good enough plays, you should be able to handle any kind of control deck with this list. The ideal curve would look something like either Paladin class or Esper Sentinel on turn 1 into a Thalia, or Luminaric Aspirant into turn 3 Elite Spellbinder to disrupt their board wipe, or Ranger Captain of Eos. If you ever foresee a win in 1 or 2 turns away, hey, make sure you put a stop on their upkeep and sacrifice Ranger Captain of Eos so that they can't play any of their board wipe. And that's all for sideboarding. But without further ado, let's jump into a game. But before that, if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate if you did. Okay, Esper Sentinel, Esper Sentinel. Excellent hand. Although I can't go Luminarch Aspirant on turn 2, but otherwise this is an excellent, excellent hand. Oh, never mind. I guess I get to go Luminarch Aspirant on turn 2. It's a very, very nice hand. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. This should be game, right? Hopefully. I don't think they can do anything with this. What? Well, that's kind of annoying, actually. They play Wrath of God. What? I fully expected them to play a board wipe, but not a Wrath of God. I thought most control lists play 4 copies of Anger instead. Why would you ever play Wrath of God? I don't know. Okay, I just need to do 2 more damage. I just need 2 turns. Just 2 turns, right? Just casual 2 turns and we win. We win. Ooh, I can actually just do this as well. Interesting that they play Wrath of God. And I believe that should be it.
Meditate and prepare.
Man, they're so resilient. Why are they so resilient? Those are really nice draws though. Like, their hand has been perfect so far. Really? But they have a way to deal with this board. And what? What is this? Oh, they want to make me discard. And then they're gonna take control of this Dauntless Bodyguard. But that's still, you still lose. Don't you? I guess if you Helix... Was there a way to win? No. Okay, so their hand was absolutely perfect and they still lost. Which was pretty insane. They played Wrath of God instead of Anger, so there's also that. Looks like they're not playing Mythic's Mastery, considering they play Narset and stuff. Let's get rid of Skyclip Apparition because it seems useless against control deck. And then let's put in Liberator and Vivian. Take out a Augur bottom. And let's take out Giant Killer because it's gonna be useless. And let's take 2 copies out of Catilda. One last card to get rid of. I'm leaning towards the Inspector. Okay. I like this hand. I like this hand. I like this hand. Okay, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Lightning Helixes. I'm gonna take this. I don't really care about removal spells. I have tons of cards. I'll eventually draw into more creatures but giving them expressive iteration means that they get card advantage, means that, you know, they'll find more spells to efficiently remove my creatures, so they took the damage. Interesting. Oh, I see. I think this is actually a good time to fire off Vivian here. So I can go farmhand, fetch a land, and play the land, and then Vivian. Pretty sweet. That card would have otherwise been a land. And we'll plus here because I don't want them to use a Helix on Vivian and then just kill the Vivian. Wow. Wow.
I've seen worse.
And they shock themselves? Okay. They found another Lightning Helix then. Wait, why would they? Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm in a great spot at the moment. They're at 12. Probably gonna be a board wipe, but I have Ranger of Captain of Eos next turn. Nice. Wrath of God, huh? This is 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They might actually okay. They might have actually shot themselves in the foot there by doing that. Because they're not going to be able to play any spells. And this gives double strike. Yep. Such a one-sided game. It's so easy for this deck. Just thinking if this is actually a keepable hand. I mean, I'm going first, so maybe. Oh, it's a Jeskai deck. Then definitely not keepable. Although I'm going first, so might be possible. Probably just Dahlia, so I can do this and this next turn. Man. Their hand is pretty exceptional. Not sure if I can beat that. Not sure if I can beat that. Maybe I was supposed to play this first so that this doesn't die. Yeah, what am I doing? Like, I just threw a 3-1 for no reason. Yeah, my head is just not in the place at the moment. I don't like losing first game against control deck. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why they did that. Maybe they don't realize.
Let me know if you're up for round 2.
Like, not having Esper Sentinel and Dahlia maybe, like, it's so hard to win.
Home your prowess.
They're like throwing away cards, which is great for me. That is not great for me. Damn. That is not great for me. Can I win somehow? Three, 5, 7. So I attack for 7 plus 3.
I am just the trick.
So that's 10. Hmm. It's gonna be a little bit slow. Like, I would need another Ranger Captain Abios. But they're not gonna let me do that, obviously. They're also gonna play this next. Ugh, the headache. The headache. Pretty sure I lost. I just I didn't have a turn 1 play. I think that's gonna cost me the game. Not having turn 1 just so brutal. Wow. Okay, so maybe I have a chance. Like, they tapped out. That's great for me. Hmm. I'm gonna play this instead. They tapped out again. 3, 1. Hmm. Can I win somehow next turn? So this is 1, 2. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have exactly lethal. If they don't have anything, I win. Oh man, I I think it's this castle actually. Oh my god. How did I win that game? I did get very, very lucky though. Like I did Ranger Captain back to back Ranger Captain of EOS. Oh my god. That just happened. That just happened. Woo! What a game. What an absolute game. I'm cutting the augurs because augur requires you to have a board. It does let you clear on the top of the library, but being able to play a creature is going to be hard. So the game plan for this, like if they could also bring like Cage as well, so this is going to be a subpar card against control decks. That's why we bring Vivian instead. Lets you also flash in creatures. Yeah, let's go with that. That was a much needed game 1. Because it is infinitely harder to actually win a game going second, right? But considering like I didn't have a turn one play, I think the game went pretty swimmingly. Obviously, Esper Sentinel on turn 1 is really, really good. I just need a 2-drop. Hopefully I get a 2-drop here. No, okay, that's fine, that's fine. So it looks like they have memory lapse, perhaps. Fry, okay. Ooh, that would have been great last. This would have been great. I like to play Dahlia instead of Elite Spellbinder because Dahlia is an overall tax. Okay. It looks like they might have another Fry. Okay, I'm gonna Elite Spellbinder so that I can maybe... Ooh, they can still play Anger though. That's a lot of memory lapses. That is a lot of memory lapses. Holy crap. Yeah, let's get rid of that. That is a scary card. That's currently 6 mana? They could potentially cast it next turn. And that's great that I have Collected Company here. Which means that even if they Void Wipe, I can just play Collected Company. Otherwise, they're just gonna get beaten down by these two. 5 damage a turn is no joke. Okay, there it is. They have the anger mana. Really? Oh, I think I'm just gonna fire this off. These are... So this is 3 damage. Doing this is also 3 damage because it buffs 2 things and this is 1 attack itself. Do I want to tax them? I'm actually gonna do this instead because I want to see what that last card is. Another anger. I think I actually can win here. I'm gonna flood out. And that should be game. This is also gonna transform. Yep. Control decks. Control decks. Give me all the control decks. I can't. I'm in a game. Last boss. And I'm final boss until Mythic. Final boss, final boss. They got the Esper Sentinel. Is this gonna be free? Oh no. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We have an absolutely insane start against Hallowed Fountain. No, I accidentally this thing shifted. Wow, I just got scammed. I actually just got scammed. Nah, I think I lost this game. That actually lost me the game. Interesting. Maybe they misclicked too. Maybe there is a chance. Ooh. There's a stop. They 100% have... I think they 100% have a board wipe. The reason why they didn't actually counter Thalia is because of that reason, right? Man, if this Dahlia came down on turn 2, I would have just won instantly. Yeah. Maybe they won't realize how the Dahlia works. Yeah, they do. This is actually a counter to whatever they're doing. I'm gonna trade this out. They just drew something. Giant Killer does kill it. Or I can Dauntless Bodyguard. Yeah, let's do that instead. And their hand is absurd. If only I... man. That was just so brutal. That was so brutal. Like, if this... If I just didn't, like... If that shift didn't happen... Holy crap. The card that I selected shifted, so it played the wrong one on turn 2. Okay. Okay, concentrate. What do I need? Take out Skyclave Apparition. Rest in peace. That actually felt like I got scammed. What do I need? Okay, let's put in Liberator. We don't need Catilda. Let's go down an Augur and then cut Inspector. Let's cut another Augur. Okay, that's a snap keep. Okay, I got the best 2 cards against their deck. Esper Sentinel and Into Thalia. Luminar Gasper. I think you still play Thalia. And even if they play a Portable Hole, I got the Liberator. The name's kinda fitting. Liberator. So they can't play Anger. I'm just gonna flood out, hoping that I get a land, so I can play Collect the Company after a board wipe. Hopefully we get a land. If they play something... Okay, finally. Okay. Yeah, this start is almost unbeatable for control decks. Okay, we might have some... There's some hope. They do have Paladin class, but like these are good. Turn 2 is bad, but if I just keep it. Ooh, there you go. This is a really good card because usually control decks pass their turn, right? So what ends up happening is this gets transformed instantly. See, like they're gonna pass their turn now, and this is gonna be a 3/3. Unless they remove it, right? Yeah. So like, that's the strength of the card. Man. Their hand looks so scary. How do I deal with double Torrential Gear Hulk? Oh man. They shocked themselves. Okay, let's bait out the memory lapse, I guess. This might get memory lapse because it's kind of a bad card. They might want to just put it on top. Then we'll play Luminar Casprin. It also is kind of annoying for them because it does draw me a card. I'll just go Ranger Captain of Eos here because if they draw land, they can Torrential Gear Hulk. And Ranger Captain of Eos kind of denies that because you can sacrifice, and when Torrential Gear Hulk comes down, I can sacrifice and they won't be able to play whatever spell from the graveyard. Yeah, I need some lands. Where are my lands at? Like, the fact that they didn't shock themselves means that I can potentially... Oh. Lightning Helix number 2. So if they want to play Torrential Gear Hulk, they have to do it now? Okay, they decided to main phase Torrential Gear Hulk. And they're gonna fire off Prismari command, playing 2 of these cards. Wait, they messed up. They could have killed Dahlia and my artifact creature, because Esper Sentinel is also artifact. Okay, let's... It's a good thing I didn't sideboard out Giant Killer. Okay, we might have a chance. Again, they're main phasing because of Paladin class. They don't want to use... I actually don't know why they're main phasing it. That's a great draw. Get Dauntless Bodyguard. I mean, they have infinite mana, so Esper Sentinel is kind of useless at this point. What should I put it on? I guess I'll just put it on this. The Captain. Nice, 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 nice. We 100% needed that. I think I just chump with the Esper Sentinel here. So I'm gonna start attacking with these. I think I can do everything. Let's fetch a land and then play the land, upgrade, and then play the Thraben Inspector. They're taking a lot of damage now. Yeah, I think I just swing out. Let's say they find a board wipe, right? Then at the most they can do 12 damage. Right? So I think it's safe to attack there. And I don't think I actually sacrifice Ranger Captain of Eos. Because let's say Eos they do a board wipe. Then a 4/4 lives still because I have the Dauntless Bodyguard on the Ranger Captain of Eos and I can pump the Paladin class. So I think that's fine if they board wipe. I think it's good for me. Okay, they didn't get anything. I think I win. Right? Do I... Hold up. If I tap... I can't tap that down if I Paladin class. So let's say I tap it down. They have one blocker. Okay, they decided to surrender and do the math for me. Oh man. That was so stressful because like the first game I would have won too. Oh my god.